The Princess and the Curse of the Midnight Rose. Once upon a time, in a kingdom surrounded by enchanted forests and sparkling lakes, there was a beautiful princess named Aurora. She was known for her kindness and her laughter, which could light up even the darkest of days. Aurora's hair was as golden as the morning sun, and her eyes sparkled like the clearest of skies. Aurora's parents, the king and queen, loved her dearly and spared no expense in making her childhood a happy one. Yet, there was something mysterious about the princess's birth. On the night she was born, an old forgotten sorceress appeared at the castle. Her name was Morgana, and she had been cast out from the kingdom long ago for practicing dark magic. With a twisted smile, Morgana stepped forward, her cloak swirling in the wind. "On this night of your daughter's birth," she said to the queen, "I place a curse upon her. By the time she turns 16, she will prick her finger on the thorn of a rose and fall into an endless sleep until the kiss of true love wakes her." The king and queen tried to beg Morgana to lift the curse, but the sorceress only laughed and disappeared into the night, vanishing as mysteriously as she had come. From that day on, the royal family lived in fear, knowing that the curse would one day come true. Despite the curse, Princess Aurora grew up to be a joyful, loving young woman. She spent her days playing in the castle gardens, helping those in need, and enjoying the company of her friends' kind-hearted animals and magical creatures who lived in the enchanted forests surrounding the kingdom. As her 16th birthday drew near, however, her parents kept her closer and closer to the castle, fearful of the prophecy. On the eve of her 16th birthday, the king and queen decided to throw a grand celebration for Aurora. They invited guests from all over the kingdom, and the air was filled with laughter, music, and dancing. Aurora herself was radiant, wearing a gown of soft lavender, her golden hair woven with roses. But even as the festivities continued, a feeling of unease crept over her. After the celebration, Aurora wandered out into the castle gardens, drawn to a sweet fragrance she could not resist. The moonlight shone softly, and she followed the scent deeper into the forest, until she came upon a beautiful, hidden garden that she had never seen before. There, at the center, was a single, glowing midnight rosete's petals as dark as the night sky, with shimmering dewdrops that sparkled like stars. As Aurora reached out to touch the rose, a voice whispered from the shadows, "The curse is real." Before she could react, she felt a sharp prick on her finger as she touched the rose's thorn. A strange, cold sleep overcame her, and she collapsed, her body falling into a deep slumber. Meanwhile, back at the castle, the king and queen had no idea where their daughter had gone. Soon, word of the curse spread throughout the kingdom, and people feared for their beloved princess. The king ordered the entire kingdom to search for Aurora, but no one could find her. As Aurora lay sleeping in the hidden garden, the enchantment of the curse spread throughout the kingdom, causing every living thing to fall into a deep, peaceful sleep. The entire castle, the forests, the fields, and even the distant villages all lay still, wrapped in a magical slumber. Years passed, and the once bustling kingdom became a forgotten place, hidden by thick vines and overgrown trees. Time stood still, waiting for the one who could break the curse. Then, one day, a young prince named Edmund from a distant kingdom heard the tale of the sleeping princess. His heart was filled with both sadness and hope, and he decided to set out on a quest to find Aurora. He had heard of her beauty and kindness, and he was determined to awaken her from her slumber, believing that love's true kiss could break the curse. After a long journey through treacherous mountains and dense forests, Prince Edmund finally reached the Forgotten Kingdom. As he approached the castle, he could feel the weight of magic in the air. It was like the whole world was holding its breath. When he entered the castle, he found the sleeping queen and king, their faces peaceful as they lay side by side in their royal chambers. He pressed on, following the whispers of the wind, until he reached the hidden garden where Aurora lay, surrounded by the midnight roses. There, in the moonlight, the prince found the sleeping princess. As he knelt beside her, he knew this was the moment he had been waiting for. With great tenderness, Prince Edmund leaned down and kissed Aurora's head, his heart full of love and hope. A warm, golden light erupted from the garden, and the curse was broken. The roses that had once been dark and menacing bloomed in vibrant colors, and the kingdom began to wake from its long slumber. Aurora's eyes fluttered open, and she gazed up at the prince who had saved her. "You found me," she whispered, a smile spreading across her face. Prince Edmund smiled back. I promised I would, he said. With the curse broken, Aurora and Edmund returned to the castle, where the king and queen awoke, overjoyed to see their daughter safe. The kingdom rejoiced, and soon a grand celebration was held in honor of the princess's awakening and her true love's bravery. Aurora and Prince Edmund fell deeply in love, and not long after, they were married in a ceremony that was as beautiful and magical as their story. The kingdom flourished, and the princess's laughter once again filled the halls of the castle. And so, Princess Aurora and Prince Edmund ruled the kingdom with kindness and wisdom, and the Midnight Rose Garden was no longer a place of sorrow, but one of beauty and joy. They lived happily ever after.